the wonderful world of dodgy movies and TV. I am your host, movie and TV mistress. So, you know, last week I reviewed Nick Fury, The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah. And you know, a couple weeks or months ago I reviewed a film called I Man. Yeah, you probably don't. Anyway, so, what do these shows have in common? Or movies have in common? They were movies that were pilots for TV shows that were never picked up. And this week I'm reviewing a movie that was a TV movie, which is technically a pilot for a show that was picked up and then cancelled after the 13th episode. Yes, a TV show that stars Courtney Cox, Dean Martin Jr., Kevin Peter Hall, and Max Wright, and some other people that, I don't know, they haven't done much since then, but you know, those are the big names. So, what's this film pilot about? Well, it's about two scientists. Now, go with me here. This is after Ghostbusters, after Back to the Future, before Forever Young, and I think just before Short Circuit. Okay? There's a lot of references to stuff that has been and has not yet been. So I think this may have inspired some stuff. So let's go. We have two scientists who do sciencey things and find out about, well, Misfits of Science, people with powers.
Alright, get the thing out. Howdy. Got the AC up a little high, don't you?
Not funny.
Here we go. Easy, easy. There you go. Did you guys monitor his vitals?
Couldn't get near him. He froze every instrument we had.
Contacts, temperature transfers.
Haven't seen that in a while. Okay, come on, let's get him inside. Come on. Okay, the scanner's working, right?
No problem, Billy. Mom could put somebody on.
Okay, this is great. We have to walk across. Wipe the straight to the side. Clean out. Nothing ever works around here.
His name's Arnold Beefneater.
Beefeater?
Beefneater. Born in Kansas City in 1900, no living relatives.
Guy barely looks 40.
Cryogenics, Billy. That machine froze a poor boy like a pork chop.
Donna, speaking of which, you're going to let me know about dinner tonight, right?
The machine was built for Howard Hubert in 1935. The billionaire intended to use it for himself, but they were unable to get the apparatus to work.
Until Beefeater here tried it out, it's demons.
Am I supposed to read that as a no?
Okay, let's get him up on the table and nobody touch him with their hands, all right?
I'll go to lunch in a couple of minutes, Dr. Hayes. Do you have some messages?
All right, let me have the insulation blanket. That tray. All right, give me a clamp.
Body temperature is up to 27 degrees and still rising.
How long has he been out of the deep freeze?
About 2 hours, and he was weak when we found him.
Cardiovascular
I'm Mrs. Jimmel Krantz from Kenosha, Wisconsin called. Her son Randy's been breathing fire and she's scared about losing the house.
All right, someone hit the power switch on this scanner. Look, you know, I really don't think it's fair to judge me by just one day, you know.
Body temperature is rising up to 28 degrees.
Okay, so Hamburger Haven isn't Chez Francois, and is it my fault that Francois lost the reservations? I don't think so, no. Will someone hit the juice on this, please?
Mr. Miller, the invisible man, called again. He said he's been in to see you 6 times, but you treat him like he's not even here.
We're losing him.
I'm getting ventricular fibrillation.
He's right. I said hit the juice. Weren't we supposed to get this fixed last week?
Budget cuts.
Body temperature is up to 29 degrees.
Oh, and your mother called from her beauty salon.
He's arresting.
No, he's not. He's melting.
It's a walking popsicle. Open the freezer.
Forever Young, people. Pay attention. Anyway, he's not as good looking as Mel Gibson. It's true, he's not. He's given the nickname Beef or Iceman. That causes trouble later, because Marvel doesn't like that, because they have a character called Iceman. And there's too many similarities between Iceman and Iceman. Why do I say that? I personally think there's more of a similarity between Iceman in this show, or Beefy, to, you know, Dr. Freeze, in that he is frozen, he can't be warm. If he's warm, he dies. Iceman can be warm. He can also be frozen, but he doesn't die when he gets warm, as far as I'm aware in the comics. But anyway, after this, the government have created some sort of, you know, bomb, because, you know, whatever, they use a scientific lab thing to make some technical weapons.
To approve a construction of the most destructive weapon in the world.
You betcha. You can see what this baby can do.
The neutron beam will have enormous destructive potential. But it will also be the cleanest weapon in our arsenal, Senator. No radiation, no fallout.
Which makes it doubly dangerous. It's a weapon that could be tempting to use.
This old man, he is their mentor, and he's unhappy about the fact that the government and military are using his scientific knowledge to create a weapon that is going to destroy a lot of places and people. So he protests, and then they decide to hold him hostage and torture him using Mr. Freeze. I mean, Iceman, Beef, whatever. Anyway, so they torture him, and the scientists who have been fired decide to try and find out what happened, and then they find out that this weapon's been made, and then they go after to find their mentor, and then they find he's being tortured, and they rescue him, and then they take Beef. Okay, I've just said a lot of stuff. At this point in this pilot, we have yet to meet the other two stars of the show, or see any superpowers apart from Iceman. And we're about half an hour into the show, okay? It's an hour and a half movie, right? So, let me explain. Dean Martin Jr. is a scientist. He has no powers. Kevin Peter Hall is a scientist who has given himself powers. He hates to be tall. He is 7'2", you know? And he doesn't like basketball, even though he's tall. But in real life, Kevin Peter Hall was a freaking basketball star. But anyway. So he makes a serum to make himself small. It makes him the size of a Kendall, is the joke in the show. But I have issues with this, because surely, if he's 7'2" and he shrinks to the size of, well, that, surely he should be in proportion to a Kendall, therefore he'd still be taller, and therefore the clothes of a Kendall would not fit him. That is just me being pedantic, I know. Anyway, so he can press a nub on the back of his neck, releasing the serum. It doesn't last very long, but it helps whenever they need him to get small, to get out of places or whatever. Right? Fine.
What do you want, Giorgio or Monty?
And some very good special effects and stunt work from Kevin Peter Hall in regards to that. So when they figure out that the scientist is missing, they decide to go and gather a couple of friends, well, Misfits of Science, who actually hate the scientists. I don't know why. It's kind of like that guy at the beginning of Ghostbusters who's constantly getting electroshocked, but he actually can see or has the vision to be able to tell what's on the cards, because, you know, he actually does have psychic abilities, whereas the blonde woman doesn't. Anyway, so they go pick up Courtney Cox, who's a juvenile delinquent, who has the powers of Jean Grey. Yes, she is basically Jean Grey, but in Jubilee form? Kind of like what they did with Rogue in the first X-Men movie, where they made her Rogue, but Jubilee form? Why do the people keep making Jubilee? I don't like Jubilee. Anyway, I'll avoid the Jubilee debate and move on. We are then introduced to a rock star who had to give up rock star status because he has a power to absorb electricity, which doesn't help when you're a rock star and you need electricity to power your guitar, because it's an electric guitar and he can absorb power. And he basically sucks all the energy from around him and creates static electricity, and then can shoot lightning out of his hands.
Down in New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens. Just stood an old cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play guitar, so how did ring your bell? Oh no! Go, Johnny, go, go, go!
My God!
He's kind of like, because he's got glowing eyes, he made me think of Havoc a little bit. I know Havoc doesn't shoot electricity, he shoots a laser out of his belly or chest, but there was something more along the lines of that to, I don't know, Cyclops. And he's a nice guy, so he's not like Electro in Spider-Man, just saying. And Max Wright, who is Alf's dad and who was also in Short Circuit, is basically playing the exact same character that he played in Short Circuit. He's a boss who can't handle the two scientists and is just like, will you please just do what I tell you to do? And then they're not doing it. So he gets annoyed. The same way he did in Alf and the same way he did in Short Circuit. hey, if it works, it works. Anyway, they find out about this weapon, they go and defeat the government and to save the day, and they're referred to as the Misfits of Science. And then the series progresses with them having to go on adventures and save the day and do Indiana Jones style adventures, etc. and meet different people with powers. And it ran for 13 episodes, and there's possibility that it could have gone for longer, and that maybe Dean Martin Jr.'s character might have got powers at some point. But we'll never know. It's been released on DVD. It's a great show. There are some tragic things about the show in regards to some of the cast and what's happened to them since that show ended. Dean Martin Jr. passing away in a plane crash. Kevin Peter Hall, who was Harry in Harry and The Hendersons, dying of AIDS-related pneumonia due to a contaminated blood transfusion in the 80s. Max Wright, unfortunately, just last week, died from lymphoma cancer. Now, when I looked all of this up about everyone, I have to say most of the people who've died from this show, it has been about 34 years, people, okay? So in 34 years, people are going to die, and things are going to happen, and tragedies do happen. I don't want people to think that this show was cursed, so let's just focus on the fact that this was a great show that was cancelled because networks weren't sure what to do with it, didn't understand it, and didn't appreciate it. But there are fans out there, I know there are, because why else would it be on DVD, and why else can I watch all episodes of it on YouTube? There are shows out there that I am yet to find, that I've just discovered, and I'm like, I need to find episodes of this, like a sitcom called The Charmings, where Snow White and Prince Charming are living in the suburbs in the 80s? What? Just saying. I need to find that. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this. I don't want to focus too much on the sad element and the death side of what's happened to people. Please comment down below and let me know your thoughts. Comment on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or on my website, and let me know what your thoughts are. Give me some suggestions for upcoming shows. Anything is welcome. Anything that you think I might be interested that I may not have heard of, I'm always up for a new TV show, new film. Just give me a message. And remember, hit that subscribe button over here. As I say, comment down below. Hit the notification bell over here once you've hit subscribe, because that'll make you aware of when I upload, because I know I'm not uploading on a schedule at the moment, but I'm working hard to try and achieve that at some point. So please stick with me, folks. And remember what I always say, folks. There's a lot of dodgy movies out there, and a lot of dodgy TV shows that you may or may not be aware of. And I will see you again very soon for another show. And thanks for watching. Bye!